Let me ask you this. What's your favorite slang word in hockey? For $500, going once, Dave Wheeler.
Cheese grater.
What'd you call me?
The cheese, when someone's wearing a full cage.
Oh. Okay.
When they have to put one of those on for an injury.
Okay.
And they start chirping. Easy with the cheese grater on, bud. Little things like that. I also like, the grocery stick.
I like that one.
Yeah, the guy that sits on the bench and just separates the D from the forwards. That's always a good one, too.
I'm going to go with Boney.
What's that one?
Zamboni.
The Boney, yeah, sure. The sauce pass has always been nice. Top cheddar. It started off with the top shelf, and then it was top shelf where Grandma keeps the cookies, and then it was top cheese, top cheddar. I mean, again, it just evolves, right?
Bucky Cheds.
It evolves. Bucket went from being a goal in basketball to becoming a helmet in hockey. So again, from sport to sport to click, the language changes. So you go from team to team, and it might change. Like, for instance, the Chino.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Or the Nino.
I think that's specifically that Nino rider, the Winnipeg Jet.
No, the Nino
the
or
Nino?
the Chino?
Well, the Chino is the casino. What's the Nino?
Not podcast appropriate.
Okay, what's Finding Nemo?
A movie.
About a fish.
Yes.
There is a subculture in England where they did a really good job of it in Ocean's 11, where the guy would say, for instance, like, oh, if we don't get that right, we're going to be in a lot of Bonnie. They're like, Barney? They're like, yeah, Bonnie, Rubble, Trouble. So they linked trouble rhyming with rubble all the way to Barney. So if you don't know the lingo, you're out. It's like the old saying, don't be a square. The reason why someone want to call you a square is because you're not around.
I think the greatest piece of lingo, Blades of Glory, Chaz Michaels. I put the bone in Zamboni. Or you know what's an even better one? Hey, Nancy Kerrigan, you an official here? You've officially given me a boner. And the disgusted look on her face. That's a great movie.
I'm curious to see what kind of lingo you come back with after a year in Spain.
I wonder if I'll in Spanish. I'll influence the Spaniards with the hockey lingo.
Listen, I'll tell you a story. One of my best friends growing up, he was adopted out of Lima, Peru, by an English couple before they made their way to northern Alberta. And he was a wonderful human being. He's passed on now. He died of liver failure a few years ago, more than a few years ago. Boy, Adam was his name. Great guy. Big Peruvian dude, okay? And he had I wouldn't even call it a speech impediment. It was just like a lazy mouth. He would talk a lot like this.
Forrest Gump.
Not necessarily. Forrest Gump was much more. His dictation was wonderful. My buddy Adam was a little more like this. It was just a little bit of a lazy tongue, and you could still understand him, but, he talked like this. He ended up graduating with his Master's of Arts, and he ended up going over to Shanghai to teach English to rich kids. And I thought, if I ever bump into a kid from Shanghai who speaks English like this, I know who his teacher is going to be. So the way you talk, if you're going over to Spain and thinking you're going to influence them, they already have the difference that you'll find in Spain in comparison to a lot of other Latin countries is that they have a natural lisp when they speak in their Spanish. It's much more of the tongue between the teeth when they do their Espanol. You'll find that a major difference in comparison to the other Latin or the other Spanish that you've heard.
What's your favorite part of locker room culture? It can be anything from morning skate to the cup of coffee the guys get before their morning skate. It could be the post-game celebration, the shower, the shampoo guy.
I know this sounds strange, but I loved sitting and picking up all the stuff after and playing basketball, playing buckets with all the stuff and throwing it in the garbage can. I always enjoyed that with the boys after, trying to get it in. There was always laughs about that.
The sock tape ball. And
yeah, exactly. The music was always good. Some of the guys that would stick around late, and wait till the lights went off before they went home, just having some real conversations after the dressing room thinned out a little bit. Always enjoyed those. But what I loved the best was just there was a whole bunch of different personalities that came into a locker room. And even though you may not hang out outside of the locker room, when you were in those walls, you knew you had each other's back if you were in a good locker room. And that I always liked.
It's a family.
Yeah.
You're just a massive family from different countries coming all together to accomplish one goal. Well, and is that not the ultimate definition of a team, though? We're a family coming together with the same objective. How can we cohesively as a unit get this done? So I started getting the list there. How can we get this done?
There you go.
Did you hear that too?
You're speaking Spanish already. I love
Was
it.
that more Forrest Gump or Mike Tyson?
That was more Mike Tyson.
Okay.
One thing that I don't think a lot of people understand.
You did it there too. Don't think.
Don't think about it. Ladies and gentlemen, listen. If you're going to do a Mike Tyson, you got to do a little more up here. I think a lot of people don't understand sports, especially when it comes on a professional level. They see all these guys out on the ice together in the same jersey, going towards the same goal, scoring goals, hugging each other, high-fiving, just thinking they must all be best friends off the ice. What a great lifestyle. It is no different than any other office. There are people that you get along with. There are people that you don't. There are people that you can work with. There are some people that you can't. There are some people that you do have great chemistry with, maybe don't even speak to each other outside of office hours. Hockey's kind of the same way. It's the understanding of let's get the job done. It doesn't necessarily mean we have to be best friends off the ice.
It's tough because some guys, everybody has an ego. An ego will be defined as your desire to be special. God damn, you're getting me with the list.
You're practicing your Spanish. I love it. Yeah.
Your desire to be special, unique, and different. Some people have a little bit more desire than others.
New sponsor of the show, Hooked on Phonics.
Duolingo.
Duolingo would be perfect. We're going to start with English for Trav.
I'm still working on it. Even profanity.
Hey, if you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button. We do a new podcast every single Sunday during the season called Sling and the Biscuit. It is a non-mainstream hockey podcast, so we talk about my hockey career, the minor pros, Spain, the Fed, you name it, all the stuff that you won't hear in the mainstream news.
Music,
Pop culture.
politics, a little bit.
Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you soon.